Hey guys, so it's about 2:51, and my bus comes in about uh, less than 20 minutes. Basically, about I would say 17 minutes, maybe 18 minutes. But I wanted to come on here because I wanted to give my thoughts on, I wanted to give my thoughts on Drew McIntyre turning heel last night on Raw and joining or aligning himself with the Judgment Day. All thanks to a deal, obviously, he worked out with Rhea Ripley. Now, some people think he's going to be joining them and being the leader, and that's your opinion, you know. But essentially, he's going to be joining them for WarGames. And thus, that's going to mean we're going to get Randy Orton, according to rumors, coming back to be part of Team Cody. But with that said, I went on Facebook and on Twitter, and I even emailed just Alex, Solomonster, and Good Mike Work. And JD, I believe, but mostly the ones that I know would probably respond back. I emailed them as well as put on various Facebook group pages via cross-posting and on Twitter via two, threads, if you will. I went on there and, I basically said that and I gave my opinion, and I said basically that from what I see, Drew is just doing this so he can get another shot at Seth. Now, you might say, well, that's obvious, but hear me out. Drew's doing this to get another shot at Seth. Now, we have heard speculation that, and I think it was even hinted at on Raw last night, that Damian might try to cash in during WarGames itself. Like when Seth is vulnerable, he might say, hey, I want to cash in right now, win the match, and win the title. This is where I think it's going to blow up in the Judgment Day's face, and mostly in Damian Priest's face and Drew McIntyre's. Because Drew wants to be the one to become champion. He wants to be the one to take the title away from Seth. He wants to be the one that's the champion. Damian has an opportunity guaranteed for any time, anywhere, to get that shot and become champion himself. So the way I looked at it and I thought about it, I think what will cost Judgment Day the match, because let's be honest, Cody is involved here, right? Cody outside of Roman, and outside of Cody outside of Roman, just like LA Knight and Sami Zayn, is one of the biggest stars they have. He is the franchise player. He is basically this generation's John Cena, if you will. He is the guy. He has been pinned as the guy. Whether, LA Knight or Sami Zayn gets more cheers and support than he does, he is the guy. So it only makes sense that if he's the guy, his team's going to win. And it's, not only because he's the guy, but because it's a match that his dad, the American Dream, invented, came up with back in the mid to late 80s. Now, with that said, getting back to what I was saying, what I see happening and could cost Judgment Day the match is, like I said, Damian will try to cash in at the most vulnerable part of the match for Seth to try to not only win the WarGames match for his team, but become champion. What I see happening is I see Drew McIntyre thwarting him. I see him thwarting him. I see him thwarting him from doing so. This will cause an argument, dissension, if you will, amongst, the team. And this will leave an opening for Cody's team to come out on top, either for Randy Orton, if he is going to be the one to show up, to RKO Damian, or it's going to leave an opening for Cody to hit a crossroads on Damian and win the match. Either way, what's going to happen, in my opinion, is Drew's true intentions are going to come forth. His true intentions are going to come forth. And what that means is basically Rhea Ripley's going to realize she made a mistake. Like, yeah, she's trying to make the Judgment Day stronger, but by doing so, she's bringing in somebody that has the same ambitions, as Damian Priest, who has the Money in the Bank briefcase right now. So to me, I think, honestly, what's going to happen is not only do I see Judgment Day losing this match, but I see basically the Judgment Day losing because, because of the fact that, Damian will see an opportunity and try to capitalize on it, and Drew will stop him and prevent him from doing so by basically telling him that if anybody's going to beat Seth for the world title, it's going to be him, not Damian Priest. And that's going to be an interesting thing to look at. It's going to be an interesting thing to keep an eye on. Now, I know many fans have their own theories and opinions. Some feel that Drew coming in means Damian's pretty much 1 foot out the door. And J.D. McDonough, being added in as well, means Damian's 1 foot out the door as well. And hey, like I said, you got a right to your opinion. You got a right to, feel the way you feel. But I've been a fan for a long time, and I'm in a situation right now to where I'm still a fan, but I don't have to watch on a weekly basis. I don't have to watch religiously, just to kind of put it all together. I'm at a point to where I can see clips of what's going on, highlights, hear what other people have to say on social media, and just start to put all the pieces together myself. I mean, when you look at the potential women's WarGames match, everybody already sees the writing on the wall for Bayley. Bayley's pretty much in a situation to where not only will it cause her to turn babyface, but basically she doesn't realize what she's about to encounter. No matter how hard WWE tries to get us to believe that's not going to happen, pretty much it's already, I guess you could say, it's already been pretty much spelled out for us, to see happening. Pretty much it's been spelled out for us to see happening. And all we have to do is just wait and see what occurs, at Survivor Series a week from Saturday. And that's it. That's it. But again, we could be wrong about that. And maybe they are intending to keep Damage Control together as a unit. I mean, Triple H, according to somebody online, looks at them as the bloodline of the women's division. That's true, but look what's happened with the bloodline so far. They've removed they removed one member, and they're still kind of and they're not as relevant as they used to be, but they're still relevant, and people still tune in for them. So you could see maybe that's what's going to happen here. Bayley's going to get cut out, but this bloodline women's version would still be relevant. But again, we'll see. But again, we'll see. It's just a matter of what direction they go in. But getting back to what I was talking about earlier, I feel that, not only is Cody's team going to go over in the WarGames match, not only do I feel that's going to happen, but I also feel that it's going to be at the expense of the fact that when Damian finds an opportunity to try to cash in, probably during the match, to not only win the match for his team, but also become champion, that's when Drew's true intentions will come out as to why he's aligning with the Judgment Day. Not because he wants to be friends with them, not because he wants to be officially part of them, no. He's aligned himself with them because he wants to be the one to beat Seth. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. And I think a lot of us can pretty much see that coming. A lot of us can, pretty much see that coming, if you will. But we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. They could surprise us. They could have Drew be okay with Damian cashing in and, all is well. Or maybe he wants Damian to cash. I mean, somebody even said, hey, maybe Drew wants Damian to cash in successfully so that Damian's a more easier opponent to beat. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see if maybe that's what the direction they're going. We don't know. We don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do. It'll be interesting and intriguing to see what they do as we get closer to Survivor Series, and everything. Because we know Randy's coming back the night before, apparently, according to reports. But when is it? But he could show up sooner. We don't know. But yeah, But I know this dragged on a little longer than it should have. But honestly, guys, this is how I see it. Honestly, it's how I see it. I mean, I just feel that what's going to happen is, Drew McIntyre and Damian are going to come to odds with each other over Damian wanting to cash in maybe during the match, maybe after the match, and all that. Just so he can be champion and all that. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what they do. We'll have to see what they, we'll have to see what they do and everything. Going forward. Going forward and everything. We'll have to see what happens going forward. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I know this went on a little longer than it should. I'm doing this while I wait for my bus, and being here in the park here in Patterson, you got a bunch of, I wouldn't say a bunch of, but you got a couple of people that are not all there, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's just how I see it. Again, I think it's either during the match or afterwards that they're going to come to odds, and Drew's basically going to make, like I said, he's going to make his intentions clear that, hey, I didn't align myself with you guys so I can help Damian become champion. No, I aligned you guys because I want to be the one that beats. I want to be the one that beats him for the title. So I want to be the. Well, I want to be the one that beats him for the championship. So anyway. Like I said, those are just my thoughts. Let me know what your thoughts are, guys, down below. Comment if you like. Love to hear from each and every one of you. Do you see it kind of playing out the way I see it? Let me know. And until next time, I will talk to you all later.